Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about how to solve percent problems using a proportion. Now, the great news is we're going to use the exact same proportion every single time, whether we're finding a percent or we're given a percent and we have to find an amount. Okay, and that proportion is the part over the whole equals the percent over 100. Now, we have learned that a lot of times a percent you can write as a fraction out of 100. It's per 100. So this would be 85 100, and that's where that fraction is going to come from. This part over whole is what we were doing in the last unit with if you have a test and you get 23 out of 25 correct, that would be your fraction. You got 23 out of the 25 correct. The 23 you bring the part that you got right, 25 being the whole, the total. Another word to think of whole is total, the total amount possible. Okay? And so we're going to look at these three questions and we're going to use this proportion to help us find that missing number. Okay? So one of the things, basically every problem is going to give you two numbers. So you kind of have this going on. You have three blanks to fill in. You have to fill in the part, the whole, and the percent. One of those blanks is going to be the variable in x, because one of them we don't know. The other two, we're going to pull the two numbers out of the problem and put them in the appropriate spots. So, as I look at this problem, it says what percent of 92 is 23? The fact that they're asking what percent tells me that's what I need to find. That's going to be the unknown. So I'm going to put the x in the percent spot. Okay, so now I have 92 and 23. I just need to decide which one is the part and which one is the whole. A lot of people want to say that the bigger number is always the whole. That is not always the case. Majority of the time it is, but not always. So one key is usually most of these statements, the whole comes after the word of. So wherever you see the word of, generally whatever comes right after it is the whole. So what percent of 92? So 92 is our whole. That's our total amount. That means 23 is the part. So here's our proportion. 23 over 92 equals x over 100. Well, we have already learned how to solve proportions. We know we can cross multiply and divide. So we're going to go ahead and go fish. So x is equal to 100 times 23 divided by 92. And that'll give us our percent. So 100 times 23 divided by 92 gives us 25%. So 23 of 92 is 25%. And that's how you can use the proportion to solve. Now, the second problem. It says 20% of 55 is what number? Well, again, I just have to fill in these blanks. The fact that this is a percent, 20%, that's going to go in the percent spot. So this is 20 over 100. The of is right here, of 55. That makes 55 our whole. What we are looking for is the part. We want to know what out of 55 is equal to 20%. Okay, so now we're not finding a percent this time. We're finding a part. So again, x is going to be cross multiply and divide. So it's 55 times 20 over 100. And we get x equals, let me go down, 11. Now, I'm not going to put a percent sign here because we're not finding a percent. We're finding a part. This is saying that 11 out of 55 is equal to 20%. Okay, so there we found the part. Now, this question, 10% of what number is 5? Again, I'm using this proportion, and I'm going to fill in two of these spots with a number and the third spot with the variable. Again, the percent is easy to pick out. There's a percent sign there. So that's going to go here. Whatever comes after of is the whole. After of this time are the words what number. That means we don't know what the whole is. Of what means of x. We don't know what the whole is So X goes in the whole spot, and that means the part is 5. So 5 out of what is going to give you 10%. So now we can do our cross multiply and divide. 5 times 100 divided by 10. That gives us 50. So that would mean 5 out of 50 is equal to 10%. So that's how you use a proportion to solve a percent problem. Again, the great news is we use the same exact proportion every single time. We are given 2 of our 3 numbers. Well, we always have the 100, and then in a story problem, you're going to be given 2 of the 3 numbers. You need to decide what those are, and then you put X in the third spot. Obviously, a percent sign means it's a percent. Whatever comes after the word of is generally the whole, so that will help you narrow that down.